Some of you may not agree with what I'm about to discuss with you, but for many years I've taught emergency preparedness. And I want to give you folks another way to look at things. Sometimes you have to expand your horizons and think outside the box. Many individuals have watercrafts, inflatable boats, kayaks, rigid boats, wave runners, jet skis, whatever it is, they go out every weekend and enjoy the waterways for fun in most activities. Others simply just go out and they use their vessels to fish. Well, if this is what you already have, then what I'm about to speak to you about won't be far-fetched. I'm just expanding upon it. This is my 12.5-foot inflatable dinghy. I'm going to get a little bit closer and I'm going to explain to you why I consider it and why I converted it to an emergency preparedness vessel for a grid down situation. Now, some of you may say, what's the point? You're not going to be able to run anywhere. Well, I'm going to say to you right now, never say never, but let me get a little bit closer. First off, this is a 12.5-foot inflatable dinghy. There's my registration. It's made by a company called Stryker, and I'm waiting on my lithium iron phosphate. It's a much lighter battery than lead acid. I use this with a trolling motor by a company called Minn Kota, and I use this on mild lakes. But if I need to get to rivers and open waters, I just take my electric motor off and add my 20 horsepower Honda motor. This is a rigid floor, okay? And when I use this for emergency preparedness, or majority of the time I'm out camping and shooting video, I have a Pomoly wood burning stove system here. And I also take a Pomoly, right there, tent that's made for wood burning stoves. Now, you can also see I also have a solar panel here. And this solar panel is made by a company called Ecoflow. This is 160 watts. It's also paired with this Ecoflow River Pro, their first generation. And that way I can get charged and whatnot, okay? Now, I also can charge up my motor by way of the battery. In other words, I can continue running my electric motor by making sure the battery stays topped off by utilizing a charge controller and a solar battery along with my Ecoflow panel here. Now, there are times when I may not carry this. If I choose not to add my bimini top, I will carry this. But if I have my bimini top on here on sunnier days, then I simply use my lightweight, flexible 100 watt Ecoflow solar panel. I prefer to use a little bit more wattage, but to each his own. I carry a Pelican cooler here, and this is a large cooler that I can house certain goods and food. I have a storage bag here, and I have more storage underneath the seat here. Now, one of the things I love about this is not all I carry. I can carry over 1,000 pounds in this boat. And I carry another more gear, a large Pelican case with other emergency items, everything from being able to burn a fire to so many different things, pots and pans and cast iron this, cast iron that, whatever. But that's what I usually carry it for. But some of you may say, well, Elder, this is too big. I got a kayak. Can I use my kayak for that very same reason? I'm going to turn my lights on. I'm going to show you another setup. So here's another setup here. And this particular vessel is called a Blackfoot 130. That's the model. And it's made by a company called Aquaglide. Let's get close up and I'm going to share with you some other things. First of all, you already see I have a GoPro right here. And this GoPro takes care of that view towards the front, okay? Now you do have some storage right here. You can see I have my paddles here. Now, just so all of you know, all of my GoPro equipment, I tether it with a tether cord to the boat. So if something comes loose, my equipment is safe. I also use the GoPro waterproof, they're sort of like a spongy material that keeps this afloat. So just so you folks see this first. So here's the GoPro item. So each one of my GoPros have this on it, and I have a way to tether my cord right there. So let's continue. You can see I have a cooler bag made by Aquaglide. Inside this bag, I actually carry another one of these right here. There it is there. And it keeps it watertight. You can see I also carry another hot tent. There's my seat. Here's my Pelican cooler back here. Here's another device, and this is a trolling motor mount. Now, you can add a trolling motor to here, and you got to get used to being able to go left or right, because truly an engine belongs in the back of the boat, not on the side. But it also serves as a great mount. You can see there's another GoPro gripper there, and I can put other devices to give me that side view. Okay, now in the back here, you can see I have another GoPro, and that films everything forward. You have more storage, you have storage here. You got multiple points to let water out if too much water get in, and you have a rigid floor that you can stand up on that acts the same as that hard floor over there. You have three change bursts of air, 1, 2, and 3. And it is an absolutely beast. This is also 12.5 feet, okay? And I like to sit up in mine, so I have the risers on my seat. So once again, here are my watercrafts. And these are just 2 of my watercraft. My rigid boat is at the marina, but I don't find it useful as far as portability wise. Otherwise, I'm telling you folks, you don't have to pay the money for this particular brand, but there are other boats out there, whether it be an inflatable or kayak, you can get for much cheaper, or simply go on Facebook Marketplace and buy you something that's already pre-owned. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Think outside the box.